very early stages of my career, the entire focus was on space planning. I did not have much knowledge, was clueless rather, in the usage of materials. Material finishes play an important part in any architectural project. As we all know, the knowledge of different materials, experimenting with them, having understood their behavioral patterns in different climatic conditions and ambiances, does have a major impact in the overall outcome. To be very honest, my initial training in material usage happened on site under the able guidance of experienced contractors and skilled workers. It is from them that I got to know the amazing application methods for different materials, envisaging the final look and feel, and have always remained indebted to them for having imparted that knowledge. I would spend hours on site looking at various workers skillfully arranging and putting into place what looked like parts of a huge jigsaw puzzle. Amongst the innumerable experiences which I've had, very difficult to choose from, I'd specifically like to share one such experience that kind of changed the way I looked at material incorporation into design. Around 20 years back, we were doing a theme restaurant which we wanted to resemble the interior of a Rajasthani Haveli. Rajasthani Haveli, as we all know, would have an angan, stone jalis, chhatris, and amongst others, we had also designed a stone roof. To get very close to the original ambience, we wanted to incorporate stone slabs, preferably sandstone, on the ceiling, supported on wooden rafters. These stone slabs, roughly sized around 800 by 800, were extremely heavy. In the original Havelis, these stone ceilings on rafters would be part of the original structural system. But in our case, the superstructure would not have taken this humongous extra load. Secondly, the safety of the people sitting underneath was also a concern. We racked our brains for days trying to find out alternatives. But when we explained the same to our contractor in one of our site meetings, he insisted that we get him just 3 slabs, 3 of the best chosen rustic surfaces. He went on to explain that he would take the imprint of the surface on plaster of Paris sheets and fix them up like a normal false ceiling. The edges also would have that rough, jagged finish, just like the original stone slabs. Finally, fine sand to a particular proportion would be mixed with paint to give it that look of the sandstone. Within minutes, the solution was there. And what we understood and gathered from this entire episode was that our design themes are mostly metaphorical, something that represents something else, creating that surreal atmosphere which transports the user to a different ambience, a different world altogether. Hence, experimenting with different materials, alternate ways of thinking, materials substituting for something else to represent the original, so as to bring the look and feel of the original is so important. This, in a way, changed a lot of things. We started looking at materials differently, substituting for different reasons. Sometimes the look, sometimes the cost, sometimes both, but ultimately achieving the desired aesthetic and functional result. We also learned to look around ourselves, very importantly, to see the resources which is available around us and to make the best use of it. Maybe the most versatile material is actually lying around us for us to recognize and play the best part in our projects.